Hey everyone, it's Tony4emodels.co.uk. Welcome to part 15 of the Tamiya 112 scale Yamaha YZR-M1 build. Conspicuous by his absence, yeah. The reality is, I've actually built him. It's done, it's finished. But I'm going to make you wait. Hang on, I'll just eat some chocolate. I got these for Christmas and oh my god. So, just before I bob this in my mouth, it's actually built, it's done. It's like that. That's all you're seeing. So, have a quick nosy. I've managed to lose, it's not a canopy at all, it's a windscreen. I keep calling it a canopy, we'll figure out why in a minute. What you see, with the edge of the mat is, I've got all the stuff drying at the moment from gloss varnish. This was actually hiding under there, but it was right back here somewhere from the last time I collapsed everything up. Well, try again. Luckily it was inside the little packet, wherever that's gone, that it comes in, so it's protected it from scratches and things like that, but it was hiding back there, under this bit. So panic over. Anyway, need to add, not that one because that goes on the back of the bike, but I can't do that yet because the varnish is drying. We need to add these to the windshield. Now, even though I've already said that decals need a glossy surface to go onto, that is too glossy and it's too shiny and it won't really work. Trust me, I've done this with aeroplanes many times. And 124 scale cars, you know, on the racing cars where you get the logo at the top of the windscreen. Now if you try and put that on, it'll just stay there, and then half an hour later you touch it, it'll just slide off. So what we need is, stop your nonsense. We need 2 cups, you'll see why in a second, and a bottle of this or whatever the current version is. Now, do not go looking for that online because people will charge you a silly amount of money. That's the old stuff, you don't want that, you want the new stuff which looks like this. Now, quick history for you as I pour this into 1 cup, like so. Huge quantity. Quick history thing for you is about 10 to 15 years ago, somewhere in the middle, there was an American magazine I used to read about making aircraft, and the one thing they kept talking about was future. I gave it a coat of future and stuff like that, and the internet was still kind of young at the time, so we didn't quite have the resources we have these days, and eventually I managed to find online what this future stuff was that they kept talking about, and it was the American version of this, which was made by the same company. Over here it was known as this, and basically what they did was, on the canopies and things like that, because it is a floor wax, hopefully you can make that out, because it is a floor wax, it dries super hard, and basically all you did was dip your canopy in like so, give it a quick twizz around, make sure your canopy is clean of course, shake off the excess and put that safely to one side, and then get some kitchen roll, that'll do, and onto some plastic underneath to protect your surface. Literally just going to dip that down there like so. What's going to happen now is, if there is any excess left, you can see a line of it there now as I drag away, this is going to wick the clear away and over the top, and it'll just, by capillary reaction, help everything smooth out. Now, and we'll plonk that onto the plastic so it doesn't stick to anything. Leave that for about 20 minutes to half an hour, possibly an hour, depending on your humidity, while it all cures. What that will do now is the same way that we've added the gloss to everything else so we can do the decals, this will now provide a slightly keyed surface. So microscopically, we're going from really smooth shiny plastic to a little bit fuzzy, so the decal has something to wrinkle into and grip onto. That's basically it. So, ooh, we're all blurry. Yeah, that's basically what this stuff started being used for. There was future, like I say, in America, this stuff here in the UK, and then for some strange reason even though it's both made by the same company. It's just like a Snickers and Marathon kind of thing that we used to have over here. Excuse me. They rebranded it about 9 times since this version to stop us lot trying to use it for model making instead of using it all over our laminated flooring like we're supposed to. So that's the quick history behind it. It's not the precise history, you know, there's a couple of different versions of it, but that's basically what's going on. Like I say, it's been rebranded, so don't go looking for that one. You'll find it, the new version, in your high street on, I think Sainsbury's do it. Other retailers are available, but Sainsbury's is the one that I've been linked to straight away by quite a few people in the past. Do not pay more than a £5 for it. It's, you know, it's one of these things. I've had a few people get in touch with me about that exact same bottle. I found that for 12 quid on an auction website, or I found it for 17 pounds on the website that's named after a rainforest in Brazil. And no, it's a £5 in the shops. Get off your bum, go to the shops. Go get it from there. Right, I'm going to leave that for an hour. I'm going to start getting ready for work, and then we'll come back and we'll have a quick nosy at that. Yeah, I'm working night still. It's rubbish. Money's great. No. I feel like a vampire. Before I go, the second cup. Is to protect it from dust. Get off. Protect it from dust. Lovely. Yeah. And that you can pour back in your bottle now. Right then. So, I've got everything all lovely and varnished like so. Just waiting to be rebuilt. One thing I do have to do is on this fella here. I need to put a little Tamiya decal right at the top there. Tamiya decal? No, it's not Tamiya decal at all. It's a YAMAHA decal. Stop giggling. So that's why we definitely need to revarnish this as well, because we need to protect these decals now from any setting or solution that we use. So we use these fellas. If we use that one particularly over the top of these two to help this one set down, it will strip these decals away now. So that's why you definitely need to varnish. I think it's one of those things, once you've finished one layer of work, quick varnish over the top, just to seal everything in and protect it from whatever you're about to do next. Also, it's not a canopy, it's a windshield, has now dried, ready for these decals. It's upside down, that's upside down. So we're ready for these ones now. So we'll get those two bobbed on at the same time. So one thing at a time. Let's get the YAMAHA decal on. Where's my scissors? Oh, you'll do. I've had a quick tidy up. I'll put everything I need into a little box at the side. And I'm sat here going, where's that gone? Not trimming that down off camera. I've got the camera angle wonky as well. Instead of straight down, it's a certain angle. Hang on, let me sort that out. But we need the curvy round bit to the front, like so. So it gets off. Just drop that there. Bring that in. Get the number 1 bottle open without spilling it everywhere. Quick lop in. Just get someone to the rear end. So it's exactly the same process, like I you saw in the previous video. Whack that on. Whoa, I've forgotten how smelly that stuff is. I've not used it for how long it's been. Fortnight now, something like that. I'm sure it is. So just tease that very gently into place, he says. Nudging it all over. So it's roughly there. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So we shall get compots. Just very gently dab away the excess fluid. Like so. We'll leave that for about an hour to sort itself out, and then I'll come back with the number 2 solution. Okie doke. So somewhere on there we've got a windshield. There he is. So let's say we've dipped this canopy. Now it's not a canopy, it's a windshield. It's a windshield. Right. So once these decals are set, like I said, this is going to take a couple of hours now. Once these are set, we'll do the dipping again. If we spray any kind of varnish onto these canopies, it goes all misty and foggy. Oh, I'll try and find one for you that I've messed up a while back. Right, I'll find that in a minute. So let's get this sorted out first. Then I'll show you on an older model that I've done. If you spray a varnish onto a windshield or a canopy, it goes wrong. Keep still. Hinge. I nearly swore then. I nearly used naughty words. So we get that roughly in its position. Like so. So I've tried doing this on a windshield without protecting it first with the clear. It'll just go and slide off. That's roughly in position. So I'm going to leave that now for about an hour again, just to allow that to set. Because obviously if I get my fingerprint on that now, I'm going to just peel the whole thing off because it's actually softening. So we'll just run some more over the top just to help it bind down. Like so. Okay, right, leave that for an hour. This is the tedious part of doing a build, all the snagging bits. And we've got the left and right side of the windshield as well. So I'll stop here and I'll find a canopy or a windshield that I've sprayed varnish onto, and it's just no, it's new. So that's the canopy off my 1/32 scale f16. That was AN other gloss varnish sprayed through the airbrush, and it just went all foggy and horrible. So that's where ever possible, wherever possible, dip your canopy rather than spray it, because another gloss varnish did that and it's just wrong. So yeah, just want to bear in mind if you are having that problem. I've had a couple of guys get in touch with that in the past, particularly with matte varnish as well. That happens. Don't matte varnish a canopy at all, ever. No, canopies aren't matte in nature. They're shiny. It's glass. It's supposed to be shiny. So, these decals on the windshield have had about 10 minutes to sort themselves out and whatnot, and I can, there we are, see what I mean, getting used to the screen. So far they don't look like they need the red bottle to help them out. They've gone down perfectly. Same with this little tiny thing at the back. It's ridiculously tiny, it really is. That's settled down nicely as well, so again I don't need to use the red bottle on that. So we'll leave them, like I say, for roughly an hour. Where have you gone? There you are. Yeah, we'll leave those for roughly about an hour to sort themselves out, and then we'll have a look at how they're doing. Oh, get off. Have a look at how they're doing, and then we'll varnish those again. Okay, so whilst we're waiting for, use your English lad, use your English, whilst we're waiting for pronunciation, the windshield to do its thing and stuff like that, we're just going to grab some paint and do the grippy handlebar things. Now I could go for realism, which means doing research on, you know, a set of handlebars that will change throughout the season, or I could do something that's going to please my eye. So I'm going to go for the second one, simply because I can't be bothered sat there for half an hour looking at photographs on a laptop. I can't be bothered with it, so let's just grab some, definitely going with black. So we've got the rubber black already on there as a base. I can zoom you in now, and I have to bring you up to the camera. Let's go that way. Whoop, whoop. Come on, focus. Ooh, hello. There we go. Yay! I like this. I do like this. I really am praying that lady next door says yeah, you can have that. Right, so we'll get some XF1, which is the flat black, for the grip itself. Not the grip, the lever. I really must learn this terminology. Let's see what else we've got. Rubber black. So we just need something to just make your eye go, ooh, that's nice. Yeah, why not? We'll go with XF16 flat aluminium. Flat aluminium. So we'll just pick out little bits of detail here and there, like the back end of these connecty bits. Hopefully you saw that, the back end of the connecty bits. So just daft little things like that. Like I say, it's not called for in the instructions at all. I could sit there for about half an hour looking at a laptop trying to figure out what the exact colours are, but I'm not going to do that. I'm happy with how that is. It's something that pleases my eye. That's what I'm going for. I'm not going for realism, because throughout the season they'll be finding changes, and that will affect how the bike looks throughout the seasons anyway. So I'm not going to drive myself balmy with it. Obviously, if you're going for realistic, then by all means take the time to do your research and make sure you get the right colours and things like that. This will be fun. Right, so we're going to go with X31 apparently first. This will be fun. Oh, so we've got the titanium gold. Oh, I love how the metallics do that. It's like a lava lamp. Probably not picking that up on camera, but you'll see it if you shake a pot of metallics. and then whip the lid off really quick, and you'll see like this lava lamp effect. It's brilliant. So I'm just going to brush paint that on there, get into the crooks and nannies with it. So, I don't know if you can make that out. We've got an inner ring that I've just painted titanium gold, and an outer ring that goes titanium silver. That's going to be fun. So I'm going to leave that about an hour to sort itself out. My apologies, I thought I was filming this part and I didn't. Basically what I've done here for the exhaust is taken one of my old gloves. Oh, snipped a finger off. Oh, he zoomed all the way out here. That'd help. I do apologise. So I'm just taking the old glove, snip the finger off, snip the end off a finger, slid that over the top, and I'll talk you through the masking stage properly when I take it off. Literally all we're going to do now is I'm just going to take literally a paintbrush full of X11 chrome silver, just that little band at the top. An incredible amount of faff just for that tiny little bit. Now I could brush paint that, but my skills this morning aren't that great and my lid's stuck. I really could. There we go. You know those grippy things for helping old folk take lids off jars and stuff? I need one of those. Oh, that doesn't have burnt your finger there. Right, so literally in the brush I'm going to drop a couple of brush loads. We don't need a huge amount, a tiny amount. Let's get some more paint, give that a mix. So literally, you know, a handful of drops. There we go, splashy flat. Right, there we go. Happy with that. That's better. That works. It's literally a case of staying as square on to the masking as possible. Let's get rid of that. So we shouldn't get any bleed through underneath, he says. That's literally it. Awesome, cut the edges as well. Lovely. So I'll take care of that in a minute. So we'll peel that one off there, like so. It doesn't matter about this glove piece now, we don't need that. Like so, and then you'll see in a second I've done this in stages. So we've got this one here. What I've done first was I've, as you can see there, I've protected the back box completely, so that's all masked up individually, like so. So we'll pop that off as well. And basically what I'm going to do now is, once that's dried for a couple of hours, the whole thing is getting a matte varnish just to take that sheen off, so we can see some of that purple detailing that we've done there. There's a little bit too much gloss on it for my liking. It's hiding some of what we've done. So, protect the back box, because I want that shiny anyway, so we still want that gloss effect. I'm not going to protect that ring, we'll matte that down at the same time. So that's that. So we'll bob that off, like I say, for a couple of hours to sort itself out and dry off. Hop, like so. Whilst we're waiting for all that to sort itself out, what we can do in the meantime is, with a fine detail brush, lovely, 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 is whilst we've got the chrome silver out, we can now go around and do all the bolt heads on the bodywork. Now they actually give you decals for that in the kit. Oh. But it really, really, really isn't worth all that messing about when you can do it with a paintbrush. So we're just going to literally take our time, go around, there's one. Just have a quick nosy. That was one. So you can find the bolt heads. Pull and twist your brush to a point through the paint, like so. Hopefully you got that. Let's try and do this without the white balance going all everywhere. So just load your brush up and then pull and twist to a point. What you'll do at the same time is you'll knock off any excess paint. And then literally, where are we? There we are. Literally, a dot, that's all you need. So you're barely touching the raised part. And then we have one bolt head. There's another one just there. So you literally just touch the top. Hardly any pressure, let the brush do the work. There's another one. So that's going to be it now for the next 20 minutes. That's me bobbing round, just messing about doing this kind of thing. So like I say, it's not a race. Take your time, enjoy that process. Just pick your moments. Find the back of the net. Oh my god, I'm doing football. No! So whilst we've got the paints out, just going back to the XF1 black. Just shift them out a little bit. Decals in the background. So just off camera, I've just done the one side now. Because that tiny little detail right on the edge there is actually carbon fibre. Again, they give you a decal for that, but it's really fiddly to work with. So I'm just going to brush paint these in instead. Now, if you feel like you need to use the decal, then do so. You know, this is more of a how I did this video than you must do this, you must do that. So let's get back in this shot again. And we're just basically going to follow. You'll see it when, you know, if you do decide to brush paint this. You'll see like a little lippy guideline type thing that you can follow, and it's basically just a case of being very careful, very gentle. Take your time. Like I say, it's not a race. Enjoy this, and if you can, don't go right up to the edge on this flat section. Just get as close as you can to it. Doesn't have to be precise. So you're not going to be viewing it up close like this. Think about your normal viewing distance. Very carefully, very smoothly. There we go. Job's a good one. There we go, it's not too bad. Come over the top. Make sure we get inside the screw hole. There we go. Awesome. Right, so because we've added that paint on there now, and because we've got the little silver dots everywhere and things like that, all the body panels are going to get another layer of varnish just to seal it all down. Like I say, do your layer, varnish it, do another layer, varnish it, and that way you protect one from the other. Each layer from itself. Well, you'll protect each layer from the next one that goes on. I'll come back for this fella here. There's actually a madness in my method here. I'm actually working methodically, which is very unusual for me. You'll see what I mean in a second when I swap to my small brush. Again, just off camera, I've got a grotty old pot of X20A. As you can see, I just had a quick swirl in there, and that brush is completely dry, completely clean. It says. No, it's not. Oh, I've still got a bit of black in there. So, quick swirl. Avoid the temptation to grab your bristles and twist, because that's the easiest way of damaging your brush. Just give it a quick wipe like so, and then working away from the bristles, just clean the ferrule and the shaft like so, and then there you go, that's better. Completely clean. Lovely. Job done. That's ready for its next job, so I can go there. Okie dokie dokie doke. So, grabbing my, hopefully that's going to stay in. I'm not entirely confident about that. Let's try a crocking dial clip. Not entirely confident about that either. I'll go with it. If there's an almighty ping, don't laugh too much. So, titanium silver, X32. So, titanium silver. Quick waggle on the palette. Again, pulling the bristles to a point. Twist and drag. There we go, like so. And then very, very carefully fill that edge in. Again, as you can see, my fingers are braced to each other. That helps eliminate any shakes. Doesn't always work though. It definitely helps. I'm just going to pop off to one side and make sure I've covered all that. He's got quiet. Just like shot, just about. There we go. Move the piece to suit you. Don't dislocate your wrist trying to get to it. And very carefully doing the edge as well. Like so. And this is where I'm being methodical, because now that's done, I can pop that off to one side. Like so. So do its thing again and dry and be all lovely. Just give that a quick dip into the X20A, the grotty old pot. There we go. Sort the brush out, because off to the side I've got my airbrush ready. I'm going to use a smidgen of that stuff so we can finish off the rear jack stand. See, method to the madness. I'm actually working methodically. That never happens. What's going on? It's freaking me out. So, into the airbrush. Oh, hang on. Let's tidy up a little bit. Shift you there, shift you there. Need you out. Shift the palette. Stop the rolling knife from stabbing me in the leg when it drops off the table. Just cover that up. Off to the side, off to the side. Excuse me. Didn't do it that time. Yes, I know. I actually had one of my nephews, when he watched the video where I've used Eric Morecambe shouting Arsenal a couple of times. Arsenal! Who's that? I'll tell you what, lad. Tell you what, lad. Come and watch this on telly. Don't have to. Yes, put your phone down. Stop giving it all this. All this with your phone. Stop it, I'm getting all grumpy and old man again. Alright, so hardly any. Hardly any, it's literally a smidgen that we need. And again, whatever quantity of thinner we've used, we'll use roughly the same of paint. So it's like that. Hardly any. And then turn the compressor on. Just off camera, whilst the compressor was doing its thing, I gave that a shake and a quick blow back, like we've seen about a million times already now in this video, this series even. Ooh, I've turned my hair down. That's better. I've turned my hair down using this thing somehow. Right, so there we go. Right. Quick note about these things. My trigger, as I mentioned in one of the early videos, that spring's not the original spring. So what I do now is, if I press all the way down for air, rather than doing the fine control, because this brush doesn't have fine control, hasn't had fine control for about 8 years, I'll press all the way down and then adjust my pressure from there. Don't know if you can see that and hear it. So if we have any dexterity problems out there, grab one of these things, set your compressor to about 20 psi, and adjust your pressure from there. You'll never have a problem again. So I say, just sort that out now, so I can tell by noise that's roughly where I need to be. Quick spray through, make sure everything's working fine, which it is. We're going to shoot the inside first. And so I'm going to cover everything, including the wheels. So shoot the insides. Probably doesn't show out well because we're going silver on silver grey. Come around all these front edges. I've done that deliberately on that side and on the, well, both sides. Because now when I put that on, sorry, it went quiet because I was holding this in my mouth. We put that on, we shouldn't get any shadow lines now on the inside. I know, me thinking. Around back here underneath, like so. So we shoot wheels at the same time as well, because apparently these are metallic blue, which I'm looking forward to as well. But we'll brush paint those. So I've got to cut to flash that back, see if we've got any blank spots. And say this won't dry your paint, it just tacks it off a little bit so the shine disappears from the wet paint itself, so you can see when you have a quick look around, play with the light, see if you've got any flat spots that you've missed where there's still primer showing through. It looks to be okay. Happy with that. So we can bob that off to one side in our stand, wherever our stand's gone. Got quite against up my airbrushing my mush. So we'll pop that on there. Tamiya really giggy stand. I can't remember the name of it exactly, but you get that and a car holder together for about 15-20 quid. I can't remember exactly now because that's decades old, as you can see. It's been well used, well abused, well loved. I think you can still get that on e-models as well. Sure you can. So that's done. Leave that for a couple of hours to flash off and dry and do its thing, and we'll get some metallic blue on the wheels. That's about as far as I can go now. So we've got paint drying on the panels with the chrome dots, things like that. Ooh! I need to do the matte varnish on the exhaust, so I'll clean this airbrush out. Back in a minute. Arsenal! Okie doke, right, exhaust time. Okay, so back box is masked up. We're going to leave the chrome silver bracket thing that we did earlier. We're going to leave that as it is. We're not going to mask it up. We're going to matte varnish that at the same time. Now, matte varnish I'm using today is the Vallejo Premium, and it actually says satin on there. A couple of really light coats of this actually dries quite matte. Let's see if I've got an example. There we go. There's an example. I'm in my ATST. So you can see there that it dries absolutely perfectly flat. Beautiful stuff, it really is. However, it is resin based. It will need at least 2 days to dry before you can do anything with it. So bear that in mind, at least 2 days. Let's give it a good shake. So I've done a quick clean of the airbrush. I'm literally going to use about 7 drops in there for now, just to see how we get on. So as always, check your flow first. And that's okay. So again, like we did a minute ago with the kickstand thing, the trolley dolly. Trolley dolly. We're going to paint this back edge first because we need to attach the crocodile clip on. So we'll get this section sorted out first. Now, avoid the temptation to absolutely smother this stuff on as much as you'll want to. Just do a couple of light coats. I know it says polyurethane on that bottle somewhere, but polyurethane is actually a resin. Which means we're out, so I'll drop a few more drops in. Again, check your flow. Get that back end. We're going to cut to air. Give it a quick flash dry, and then we'll be able to see shiny spots where we've missed. And again, this won't dry your varnish off completely, it's just giving you a chance to see what's going on, so I just need to add a little bit more there. There we go, that's that there. Just hit that base there. It's better. You can actually see the purple coming back a little bit. And that's why I'm doing this. The gloss was hiding the purple that we've added. Just that back end again. Lovely. Right. Okay, happy with that. Now hopefully we can see the purple coming back a little bit. Probably not, so I'll take some photos in a minute. I'll try and do some screen grabs as well in the editing and see if that'll show it out. I'm actually looking at this in person, I can see the purple a lot better than I could beforehand. I forgot to do the bracket, so we're going to catch that bracket now. Literally 2 more drops. 2. There we go. Check bow. Catch that bracket again. Lovely. Done. Right, so. Ooh, knocking stuff over. Crikey. Let's get rid of that. Get the logo back in the shot. Haha, there we go. Righty. I'm going to clean my airbrush and go and get some lunch, which will give this lot at least an hour to sort itself out whilst I go away and do things and take care of real life stuff, and then we'll have a look how we're doing. And then once all that's sorted out, we can hopefully dip this canopy again. I know I keep calling it a canopy, it's just force habit. I build fighter planes, and then we'll stick some more clear over the top of these just to seal in the work we've already done, and then we can do a pin wash. Yes, you're nearly finished. Yeah, there you are. Yeah, Yes, I've gone on Stephen Fry, I don't know why. Alright then. It's the bank holiday Monday after Christmas. I managed to get back a day early. My girlfriend unfortunately got called into work. I didn't. So I'm back home early. I'm not laughing at my girlfriend, honest. So what I'm going to do is we're going to reveal this masking tape, because in real life this thing's had about a week, something like that now, since I put the chrome on. Like I said, I think I'm not actually going to varnish over the top of that, so just very carefully now, because we're over the decal, just make sure you don't go ripping at it. Even though we've varnished this in, you still got the chance that you might rip something off with your masking tape. Anyway, hopefully you had a wonderful Christmas and you weren't too affected by all that god awful weather that we had here in the UK, especially up north. Luckily around here we're a little bit higher up. Even though we are in South Manchester, we're a little bit higher up and we're built on a slope, but it's a new-ish estate compared to the rest of Manchester. We're actually, I think we're late 40s, early 50s. This side of town was built, so we've got away with it because we've got modern, compared to the rest of Manchester. They've got the Victorian sewer system, we've got the more modern, so-called, because it's within the last 100 years. We've got the more up-to-date stuff, so luckily we weren't too affected. I know in Warrington over the weekend we've got the, when I was with the girlfriends, we've got the Mersey running through, and then you've got the ship canal as well, and chaos, absolute chaos. Everybody's running around going, just in case. So that was fun for a while. So, that's all lovely. Get back on there, on track. That's all lovely. I'm happy with that. So like I say, I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to do anything to that now. I'm not even going to weather that. So, we've got in there, in my case it's clear, in your case hopefully you've managed to get all of Pledge multi-surface wax, I think it is at the moment. Unless they've decided to change the name again over the last couple of weeks. We're just going to take the windscreen shield canopy thing, that thing. If you recall from earlier on in the clips, we've stuck the decals on. Now what I've just done off camera for the last couple of seconds is just give it a quick buff with cotton bud, thank you. Just to take the fingerprints out that we might have put in there over the last few days. In my case a week ago. So just again, going to dip in, knock all the excess off. Like so. And then have some kitchen roll. I've literally just prepared this off camera and it's gone. Is that a plastic bag? There it is. Oh. So I've got the kitchen roll, again, just to wick the excess away. And again, whilst it's wicking, it'll be dragging everything nice and smooth across the top. And I've got the plastic there just so we don't stick to anything, so we can just literally hoik off. If that's even a sentence, a word, even. There we go. So that's done. That's done. Now what we need to do is paint these wheels in metallic blue. That's clear blue. That's not that. Oh, there we go. Metallic blue, which is Tamiya's X13. I'm just going to pop that windscreen a little bit further out of the way so I don't knock it with my elbow. So I know what I'm like. You know what I'm like. Oh, pull the sleeves up. There we go. So, let's just decide what kind of brush we need. Red tip brush, red tip brush, red tip brush. There we go. So, just a medium detail brush. Nothing too fancy or excessive or anything like that. Goodness, I'm doing all this in one take. I must be getting good at this now. So, give it a really good shake because it's been stood for a couple of weeks now, this stuff. Oh my goodness, there we go. I really do need one of those things for little old ladies. Oh, crikey. Nope, that's stuck. Right, bear with me a minute. I'm actually going to leave the swearing in for this one. I know it's naughty of me and I shouldn't do it. Oh, there we go. Oh! Oh, my hand. Oh, my hand. Oh! I do apologise. Oh! Stop it. That's a bit. There's a bit. There we go. That'll do. Right. Where's my reference photos? There they are. Hang on. I'm confused. I'm sure that was 613. It's quite helpful. X11, X23. Oh no, I'm confused. What's X23? Clear blue on the wheels. So it's asking for clear. Hang on, clear blue on the tyres, not metallic blue, and then X11 in the middle. Oh, I could have sworn I read that as. Do you know what? I'm going to go with it because it's open and it broke my hand and everything, so I'm going to go with that. Just wet it down a little bit. Oh, stop knocking stuff over. Wet that down a little bit, and then here we go. See what this is like, and if this does go wrong, we'll show this on the other side. Where are we? There we go. So it's very gently, let your brush do the work. Don't dislocate your wrist or anything. Yeah, in a minute. I'm filming, don't disturb. Gentle bro. Hey. There we go. Yeah, I managed to stain lines and everything. I'm getting better at this. Let's get rid of him. My common sense tells me that paint should be over this side, so I'm not reaching over. Me? Common sense? Away with you. Stop being nonsense. So I'll get this one in really quick before I get yelled at again to bring my cup down. Hopefully this is all in shot and focus, things like that. So very careful around the frame itself. If it helps you to mask that part off, then do so. There we go. So that's that one. So it's basically rinse and repeat now on 3 other wheels. So I'll do that as a time lapse, so you're not watching me paint 3 other wheels. I'll go take my cup downstairs, ready for me brew. Coffee. I don't drink tea anymore. Not since I left the uniform. Oh, I drank far too much of that stuff. Especially on my last station. And it's, oh god no. I can't drink tea anymore because of that. So, I'm off for a coffee. I'll be back and we'll do that as time lapse. Better, it's got a bit of colour to it. It does ask in the instructions for me to paint the hubs in chrome silver now, so I'm just literally going to very quickly nip over that. It's not going to be a full detail paint because we need some of the wash to get in there as well, so it's literally going to be a case of, let's give that a shake. With a thin brush, I'm going to leave the hub rim itself in the titanium silver. This isn't quite going to be a dry brush. Where did you put that? Oh, actually just put my palette down somewhere at the side of me and it's gone. It's whoop. There you are. So let's see if we can get that in. Take most of the paint off again. So it's not quite a dry brush. This is more of an overlay. What I'm going to do here is pick out some of these spokes. Let's see if we can get us in a bit. Eee, I do like this camera. Oh, my Labrador's getting shouted at again. So it's literally just changing the flavour a little bit of these spokes. I doubt you'll hear that. My Labrador's in trouble. Again. My mum just shouted at the dog to come over and, you know, stop being silly and stop your nonsense and all that kind of stuff, and then I heard a whisper, "Tony's filming, shh." It's too late, I've already heard you. You've been yelled at. Silly dog. So it's not really making much difference, that, to the shades, but hopefully it's enough that at a viewing distance it'll distract your eye. Where are we? There we are. Sorry, it disappeared on you then. So it's literally just overlaying on the top of the detail. So again, let your brush do the work. Don't press down. Out, out, out. There we go. So while I've got that chrome silver on the palette, I'm just going to very quickly go over these nut heads on the exhaust. Now it's not called for. I've literally just spotted that and thought, that could do with a bit of a touch up, just to alter it a little bit. So again, it's not quite dry brushing. As you can see, I'm barely touching this with the paintbrush. Skinning over a little bit of that now, so I should catch it before it goes off completely. Show the people, Tony. So it's literally, and this is going to be hidden away by the radiator as well. Don't forget, so don't spend too much time doing this. But it's enough that if you do show it with the radiator off, it's just something a little bit extra to look at. With the edge of a cocking tail stick that just squished in my mouth. Just going to shift that a little bit. There we go. Grab that away. Gone. So it's just a little bit something extra, just in case we do show it without the radiator on. Okay, right. Put that down. Okay, you ready for a quick teaser? It's finished. There you go. That's all I'm going to let you see for now. So, that covers the majority of the snagging that we've had to do so far. Yeah, as you can see, it's already built, so there is another 2 episodes to do. To go, even. As I was editing it, I was planning it as I was doing the snagging list and then working through and doing the final build. Hang on. Get that light on. There we go. I was hoping to get it all in one episode, and then I stuck it all in my editing program to see how long it actually was, and it was like 3.5 hours worth of video. Yeah, not even I can sit through that. So, unfortunately, like I say, it's going to be 3 episodes now. Well, 2 more after this. It's nearly there, it's nearly there. So, join me next time when I'll be doing the panel line washes on the panels, funnily enough. So it's just daft little things like adding little details like that, this panel line here, and tackling things like that, and then a few other bits and bobs, and then I think we begin the assembly in the next part as well. So join me next time. In between, bob along, see my mates at emodels.co.uk. Tell them I sent you. Tell them that you want one of these bikes. You need one. I've seen Star Wars, so I'm doing Jedi mind tricks now. You need that kit. If not that kit, then something similar along these lines. Tamiya bikes. They're brilliant. Thanks for popping along, stopping by, watching this. If you got this far, you're braver than I thought you were. And I admire you greatly, and you are now my new hero. Thanks a lot. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.